โอเคหลังจากบั๊กหลุดไปอีกเราก็กลับมาเล่นอีกครั้งหนึ่งแล้วก็นะก็จะพยายามผ่านเควสนี้ไปให้เร็วที่สุดแอบไปอ่านวิกิมาแล้วว่าต่อให้เราย้อนกลับไปแจ้งเซอร์โคบายาชิและซิกนี่ก็ไม่ต่างกันสุดท้ายเราก็ต้องกลับมาเข้าเป็นนักบวชอยู่ดีเพราะฉะนั้นไม่มีทางเลือกเราต้องทนรีบเล่นหาทางแก้ไขแล้วฝ่าบั๊กออกไปให้ได้เวทลองอาจจะช่างหัวมันโหเนี่ยแม่งย้อนกลับมาสักไกลเลย
I'm Gregor, a novice. And you are?
Lucas.
Will you tell me?
I
mean, where you're from?
I'm...
You see, I'm looking for someone here.
You're looking for someone?
I am a novice. At least until I find the man I'm looking for.
Why would you be looking amongst monks? You know, the laws of man aren't valid here.
I'm looking for a footpad who's hiding out here in the monastery. He had a hand in raising the Neuhoff farm. He's taken many lives.
I heard something about...
Because you could help me. It has to be one of the other
That can't be. Have you told the prior?
Talk to him. Then I'll see. Do you have any idea which of the novice...
I don't know, and I don't care to know. I wish you'd never told...
Greetings, brother.
Greetings to you.
Trouble?
You're young, but...
Can you tell me?
I would if there was...
Why did you join the...
Because... You know what?
I'm interested. Do you know anything about...
Only that he came to the monastery voluntarily. Because he did... He's always happy to help.
I'm interested.
Nobody knows much about Lucas.
Do you have any
Quite a lot.
What would you like? I'd be interested. What about your...
Be on good terms with him. He's a
I'm interested.
No one knows about... It's as if he want...
That's all.
laughter, these be condemned everywhere with a perpetual ban. And for such conversation we do not permit a disciple to open his mouth. The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on daily manipulate. Idleness is the enemy of the soul. Therefore, the brethren should be occupied at certain times in manual labor, and again at fixed hours in sacred reading. Set rather early, at the middle of the 8th hour, and let them again do what work has.
มองลงไปทำงาน
Consideration by the abbot.
Brother? What are you doing here? Should...
I had other affairs that needed to be attended to immediately.
Brother, I wasn't... This is your first warning.
I'm Gregor.
I know.
That means you get...
No, no.
Tell me about...
I'm the... But in...
I'm interested...
You're not a...
Why? What's wrong?
Many...
Tell me some...
And you, when he be...
Can you tell me...
Peter's... But you...
With what?
I'm
What do you need me?
In order, I help the cure.
Why?
Because it's not even...
Where can I...
In the light, no one will know.
Is there an...
There's a...
I'm ready.
One more... They say we'll soon...
Is there any way...
What would you like to do? Climb up the...
Not exactly.
John isn't my opponent. He's my brother. Just like you and everyone else. But there is something you could help me with. You must know there's a great deal of iniquity.
Should I find out for you what...
Let me make this clear. I want to base my candidacy on putting things in order. But if I don't know exactly what's wrong...
Very good then.
Thank you, brother.
I'd like to... Who's in... And what happens...
Then we...
What do you want me to...
I'd be interested to hear about any iniquity.
I'm interested...
You're not alert.
Why? What's wrong with...
Many...
What sins are you...
The scripture says... I'm sorry.
I'll be interested...
I don't... He's won the...
Why do you want to...
Because when I see the way things are headed around here, I have no other option. Itinerant preachers, I'd like to change things and...
That's all.
Peace be with you. What do you desire?
I'm here to work...
Excellent. I want you to prepare. Once you finish them...
medical water metal ดอก metal metal ดอก medical
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum. Benedicta tu in mulieribus,
water
benedictus
metal boy 1 turn แล้วก็ medical water เย็นแล้วก็ไม่ได้โกสองอัน
What is it, brother?
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Salve, beware.
What would you like?
I've heard there are some forbidden...
That's correct.
Could a book...
No.
How does a...
Forbidden.
What if I just wanted to take a peek? Could I?
You could not. They are libri prohibiti. And the only people...
Not even if I were to beg? Or promise a favour in return?
If you could prove to me that you truly like books, then maybe.
I don't need to hear anything else. Is it possible...
Only the abbot.
And can I see them?
No.
I found... Ovid?
Not. Now I believe if he'd had...
Oh,
Absolutely. I imagine...
good.
Thank you.
Can you tell me...
The up...
Where should I look?
If I knew...
I'd like to ask... I'm here to...
Good. Here's the original. My boy, what have you...
Don't even look at that cabinet. It contains forbidden books.
ยิงสกิลไหมเนี่ยดิดดิ้งเอานี่นะนี่นะขึ้นไหมวะเหมือนจะขึ้นนิดนึง4 โมงครับจะนูวอชิปคือถ้ามันไม่บั๊กหลุดก็โอเคแหละนี่
Don't even look at that cabinet. It contains forbidden books. Don't even look at that cabinet. It contains forbidden books. Get away from that cabinet. The books stood in there aren't for your eyes to see. Get away from that cabinet. The books stood in there aren't for your eyes to see.
Demonstrating the divine precepts by his actions for those of harder hearts and ruder minds. The abbot should always remember what he is and what he is called, and should know that to whom more is committed. From him more is required. Let him make no good understanding. Let him correct with verbal admonition the first and second time. But bold, hard, proud, and disobedient characters he should curb at the very beginning of their ill doing by stripes and other bodily punishments, knowing that it is written, "The fool is not corrected with words." And again, speak your son with the Lord, and will deliver his soul.
My name's Gregor, a novice.
You can call me Siskin. Are you here of your own free will, or is this a punishment? Although it's not important. Welcome to Purgatory.
Did you say purgatory?
You'll see soon enough. Soon enough.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
Look, nothing against you, but I prefer not to talk about my past.
Are you hiding something? Why are you so reluctant to tell me anything about yourself?
I'm hiding a lousy past that I'd rather forget. I hate to think of all I lost when they stuck me in here. And also because I really hate the question, aren't you the son of the famed Sir Smil Flashka of Pardubitz? I was rich and I had everything. But then my father began to feel his time approaching, so he decided to send a son to the monastery. And, being the youngest, the lot fell on me. I've no head for managing the estate, and they said I'd squander it. Can you imagine? Me, in a monastery. So I took what coin I could from home with me, so I didn't lose out completely.
What's your plan with this treasure?
To get out of here as soon as I can. I'll wait another year or two until my hot-headed brothers cool off a bit, and then I'll take the silver and run off somewhere, far, far away from here.
But you didn't have to come here if you didn't want to.
No, not if I didn't mind being left to beg alms by the city gate. I had one choice, the monastery or nothing. If it had come to that after my father's death, so be it. But to get rid of me while he's still alive...
They must have realized you robbed them.
I donated some of the silver to the monastery when I came in, just to piss them off. I can just see my brothers, my siblings, arguing with the abbot to give it back.
And you stashed away the remainder?
Indeed so.
That's all I wanted to know.
Please, keep it to yourself. Especially the part about the coin.
How is it that you don't get any penance for missing morning prayers?
I've paid off the circators to turn a blind eye. And the other monks don't notice as long as you show your face there from time to time. No one's too awake at that time of the morning.
Who would you elect, Abbot, if you could?
Most likely Nevlas. He's a fine fellow and he seems honest. But, truth be told, it doesn't matter much to me. A monastery will still be a monastery, no matter who's in charge. If you really want to talk more about it, ask Antonius. He seems to have taken an interest.
It occurred to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks, eh? I won't ask what for. My advice is to try Brother Solarius.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter, and soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
Are there already candidates to be the new abbot?
Brothers John and Nevlas. But the others have been fighting like dogs because of them. We don't have to fight about anything, though.
This John, who is he?
A circator, and really just an unpleasant old man. It's mostly the older brothers on his side because they believe he'll protect the status quo and all the benefits that come with long service here.
Tell me something about Nevlas.
Nevlas manages the monastery's property. He's what they call the provost. He'd like to bring back solemnity to the monastery through reform and by returning to pure faith. A lovely idea, but most of the monks are against it.
Why can't novices vote?
They say we don't have enough experience to decide about anything. Don't worry. We'll get our chance.
Why is who wins so important?
We're young and we'll spend the rest of our lives here. And the abbot decides everything about our lives. Didn't it ever occur to you how powerful he is?
Will you tell me something about yourself?
Look, nothing against you, but
Are you hiding?
I've no head.
That's all I...
Please.
I'd be interested to hear. Tell me about Antonius.
Well, if there was a monk I'd recommend as a friend, with of course the exception of myself, it would be Antonius. He has a calm soul, he's easy to talk to, and you can always rely on him.
I'm interested in Yodok.
What could interest you about him? He's a no-good rat. He'll turn you in for the price of a turnip. I'd bet my life that if he wasn't here, he'd be a cumin scout, bowing and scraping for a few groschen.
That doesn't sound too flattering.
It wasn't meant to. No matter what you do here, watch out for him. He's got his eye on everyone, and he'll rat on you for even the slightest of infractions.
What can you tell me about Lucas?
It's a tricky situation with Lucas. No one really knows anything about him. I've tried so many times to talk to him, but he always backs away like a virgin on a wedding night.
That's all. Thanks.
By the ears. What have they done to you this time, brother? They're shirking their responsibilities, leaving us, their superiors, to chase around after them, finishing what they don't. Did you have to finish someone's weeding in the garden again? Yet again. I've had enough of it.
What troubles you?
About you and the...
Ask me anything.
Tell me something.
Nevertheless is weak.
I'd like to know...
Well, the young brothers feel Nevertheless is lying when...
I'd like to help you if I can.
I am convinced Nevertheless must have done something that would greatly damage him if everyone found out.
So, I should dig something up on him and...
Exactly. But I doubt you'll have any luck. Nevertheless is too cunning and...
Once I find something... Thank you for answering. I'd like to ask...
What troubles you?
I'd like to... Are there ever... I understand.
Lord in heaven, what have you done now?
You've seen us drinking here, so either join in or swear you won't tell a soul. You wouldn't want to end up like Lucas now, would you?
All right. I wouldn't mind some wine.
That's more like it. Sit down and have a drink, my lad. Quite right, brother. Just sit down and drink with us. When
Brother?
the wine runs out, Yorick will fetch more.
Stealing is a sin. You should know that as a Christian, and certainly as a monk. Even if I wanted to forgive you, I couldn't. Thou shalt not steal.
Very well, brother.
Now, show me what...
Swift steeds and our boundless sellers.
Peace be with you, brother.
ในหนังสือเนี่ยมันจะไปอยู่ที่ไหนล่ะ
Talk to me, brother.
In the middle of the night, I saw the brother Circators drinking and playing dice.
How marvelous. Did you join in? More importantly, can I join in next time?
Siskin? I thought it wasn't allowed.
If the Circators can, we all can.
That's not how it works, though, is it?
I know. A double standard. The elder brothers can do as they please, but they're the ones preaching about morality to us.
There's something I should tell you. Something you won't be happy to hear. I'm here to find someone and, well, to do away with him. But listen, it's not murder. Not when it's a man like him. He's one of the brigands who burned down Neuhof. He doesn't deserve to live.
What's he doing here? And who are you?
They call him pious because he used to be a priest. When he found out a lot of people were after him, he hid away here. And as you can see, escaped suspicion. They sent me here to find him and bring him to justice. He's one of the novices.
So we have one outlaw and one assassin in our midst. This place is a lot more exciting than I expected. Do you know who it is?
Well, that's just it. It could be Antonius?
Antonius? He's a fine fellow. No, it can't be him. Although, you never know what's hiding beneath a man's skin.
See how hard it is? It could be anyone, and at the same time, nobody in particular. I won't tell you more, and I'd like you to keep silent about this too.
You're talking about killing in the monastery. I really should report it.
Would you do that? I have a feeling you wouldn't.
You're right. I'll keep it to myself. I've got problems enough of my own without involving myself in yours. And besides, I mean to be gone from here within a year, so why should I care what happens with the monastery?
Thank you, Siskin. I appreciate it.
โอ้โหยากเลยเว้ยสำหรับสกิลโจรอะเราไม่มีสกิลโจร
Be granted even to perfect disciples, even though it be for good, holy, edifying conversation. For it is written, in much speaking you will not escape sin. And in another place, death and life are in the power of the tongue. For speaking and teaching belong to the master. The disciples' part is to be silent and to listen. For that reason, if anything has to be asked,
What is it, brother?
I've discovered something about the wrongs being committed here.
I see. Tell me more.
The Circators go into the cellar at night to drink wine.
I thought so. John always reeks of it. And he wants to be abbot. Hypocrite. Perhaps if you told the prior, that would clip John's wings.
That's all I know.
If you find out anything else, come to me. I'd be interested to hear it.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the... Concoct 2 buck's blood potions. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby.
But guys and John. What? การสัญจรในคอฟฟี่
Gregor, talk to me.
I finished my work.
Show me what you've... Spectacular.
Gloria in excelsis Deo, et in terra pax hominibus bonet voluntatis.
God be with you.
What do you desire, brother?
What do you desire?
I found a few pages of the torn-up book, but I still don't have them all.
Wonderful. Keep looking then. I'm sure you can find the rest.
I've heard about Avicenna's Book of Medicine. Could I see it?
Who told you about that? Of course you can't.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. You call that a copy? You've completely ruined the parchment with your scribbling.
ไม่ขึ้นเท่าไหร่เลย คนออกมา
Oh, you're interested in what's inside? Forbidden books, written by the devil himself. Forget about them.
What would you like?
In the night, I overheard the cicadas in the cellar. They were talking about you.
Oh, no. So it's still not over. This isn't a life in service of God. This is purgatory.
Lucas, what's going on?
What do you think? Just like you, I saw the cicadas drinking and playing hazard as if they were in a brothel.
We should report them.
I agree.
I warned them if they didn't stop, I'd go and tell the prior. But instead of mending their ways, they vented their anger on me.
You've picked the wrong people to make enemies of, Lucas, they told me. Now, I can't even count how many days and nights I've spent locked up in solitary confinement for the tiniest offenses, or for no offense at all.
What if I reported it?
Aren't you afraid they'd start hounding you as well as me? Trust me, brother. You don't want to know what it's like.
I'm not afraid of them.
Brother, you have the courage I lack. May the grace of God be upon you.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's nothing.
I mean, wait.
I'm...
Come on.
What has...
I'd like to... What can you tell me?
Not a lot. I don't know him.
Do you know anything?
I don't.
Tell me about...
I'd like to, but there's nothing.
Are you joking?
Why should...
I'd have thought you might...
Don't get a...
There's something I should tell you.
You're looking for something?
I am a novice.
Why would you be looking amongst...
I'm looking for a...
Because
you could help me.
That can't be.
Talk to it. Do you have any...
I don't know.
Peace be with you, brother.
Oh?
Expounding the Lord's commandments in words to the intelligent among his disciples, but demonstrating the divine precepts by his actions for those of harder hearts and ruder minds. The abbot should always remember what he is and what he is called, and should know that to rise to the faults of offenders, but since he has the authority, let him cut out those faults by the roots as soon as they begin to appear. Remembering the fate of Heli, the priest of Silas, the well-disposed and those of good understanding, let him correct with verbal admonition the first and second time. But bold, hard, proud, and disobedient characters he should curb at the very beginning of their ill-doing by stripes and other bodily punishments, knowing that it is written, the fool is not corrected with words. And again, lead your son to the fall.
Waiting pays off. There's no hurry.
soldiers in Privoslavets. There's another bunch pillaging somewhere else. There'll be no peace as long as Sigismund goes on ransacking Bohemia, sure as the sun circles the earth.
You know how to lift a fellow's spirits.
What is it, brother?
I'd like to ask you something about the
I'm looking for something a little, unorthodox.
And what would that be exactly?
I'm looking for lockpicks.
Lockpicks? And what would you like those for?
I'd like to practice opening locks, just for the fun of it.
Well, why not? So you heard I used to be a burglar, did you? I put it all behind me as soon as I took the vows. But I do have a few lockpicks left. I'll trade them for food. Get me a bite to eat, and you can have your lockpicks. Can't say fairer than that, can I?
กูเข้ามาเป็นบาทหลวงหรือกูเข้ามาเป็นโจรเฮีย
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Well, probably the same as you. I want to be able to read in peace and quiet. And not just the books they make us read.
Ah, I see. Well then, I'll just concentrate on what I'm doing and pretend you're not here. You do the same.
As you wish. And if I could recommend some good reading to you, you'll find it in that locked cabinet. It's full of forbidden books. Until recently, it was still unlocked. But after something vanished, they've kept it locked tight.
Maybe I could get inside.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I'd love to pore over some of those tomes. We'd be in it together, up to our ears in it. What do you say?
We'll see what I can do.
Treasures of forbidden learning in my reach.
Ah, this looks like the Saracen language. Ibn al-Hassan. That's who I'm looking for. Avicenna.
Unbelievable. Imagine these men could have been burned at the stake just for writing these books. Many were, I'm sure. It's mostly Latin, that's not much use. But what about this one? Magical potions for conjuring diverse apparitions. I'll take it.
Hey, you better leave that here.
What are you so afraid of? No one will notice if 1 or 2 books are missing. This one looks interesting. A sorcerer's potion for rematerializing the body physical in other realms and for conversing with spirits of all manner therein. Oh, I have to try it out. I'll remember the recipe and prepare it later. What troubles you?
About that magic potion from the forbidden books.
Would you share the recipe with me?
You don't even have to ask. It's thanks to you I have it. Listen, old wives' ointment, which witches use upon the Sabbath, and therein damn their souls to the devil. Prepare oil, a fistful of marigold, a fistful of belladonna, and a fistful of lover's knot. Boil the lover's knot for 1 turn. Drop the ground marigold in the cauldron and boil for another turn. Drop the ground belladonna into the cauldron and boil for another turn.
Sounds quite poisonous.
And it probably is, but I'm interested to find out what it does.
About that magic potion from... What do you plan on doing with it?
I don't really know yet. Perhaps one day I'll concoct it and try it out.
Siskin, that potion isn't a good idea.
Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not. But I want to try it out. I'm not saying right now, but at some point.
Let's change the subject.
God be with you.
ต้องจบแล้วต้องจบแล้ว
in unum Deum Patrem omnipotens.
Peace be with you, brother.
Gloria in excelsis Deo, et in terra pax hominibus bonet voluntatis.
What is it, brother?
Here's the book you wanted.
Amazing. This really is it. Now I can use it to prepare a cure for our suffering abbot. Then I'll leave it in the library to make it seem as if Brother Librarian left it lying about. There'll be no investigation. It would be against his best interests, as he'll look like the one who wasn't taking proper care of the books. It will drive him mad. I didn't leave that book out, or did I? Is there anything I can do for you in return?
I'd be interested in finding out the background of the other novices.
That's a strange wish you have. And the only ones who know everything about the novices are the abbot and the prior. They keep a record of every monk in the abbot's book, but you'll never get your hands on it. It's locked up in the prior's study.
Thanks. You've helped me immensely.
No, thank you. About that book, don't even think about breaking in to get it.
I've discovered something about the wrongs being committed here.
I see. Tell me more.
The older brothers are picking on novice Lucas, punishing him when he doesn't deserve it and humiliating him.
It seems that now even brothers can't avoid worldly evil. Thank you for the information. And if you can, stand up for him. The older brothers are also out to get me. Any action I take, they'll try to use against me.
That's all I know.
If you find out anything else, come to me. I'd be interested to hear it.
Is there any way I could help you get...
What would you like to do?
Not exactly.
John is... But there is...
That doesn't sound...
Pity. And I thought you wanted...
I have set a guard to my mouth. I was mute and was humbled and kept silence even from good things. Here the prophet shows that if the spirit of silence ought to lead us at times to refrain even from good speech, so much the more ought the punishment for sin make us avoid evil words. Therefore, idle
Peace be
words
with
or
you.
words that move to laughter, these we condemn everywhere with a perpetual ban. And for such conversation we do not permit a disciple to open his mouth.
'What do you desire, Brother Gray?
I'm here to work.
Excellent. Today's task to, once you finish them,
ในแอนที่เรานั่นหรือเปล่าทุกวิน
I finished.
Show me what. Praise be to.
I'm interested.
You're not alone.
Why? What's wrong?
Many brothers.
That's all.
Peace be with you.
Peace be with you, brother.
Mm.
Ah, Gregor.
I'm here to work.
Excellent.
Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Oh, this is quite inexcusable, boy. Can you even read?
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
Get away from that cabinet. The books stood in there aren't for your eyes to see. Not now, brother. What would you like?
I'm interested in the other novices. What can you tell me about Siskin?
Oh, he's always got a smile and a new friend. But I reckon he don't belong in the monastery. He spends more time dreaming of the world outside than tending to his duties. I'm surprised he hasn't been thrown out already. If it was up to me, he'd be out on his ear right away.
Sounds like you don't have much time for him.
I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. Believe me, Gregor, he's hiding something from us. In fact, now I come to think of it, I haven't seen him at morning prayers for a while.
I came across the brother cicadas in the cellars. They drank wine and played dice.
I know, but what can you do?
Does that really seem right to you?
Yes and no. They're the elder brothers, so they're allowed much of what we aren't. And we'll be in their position ourselves soon enough. Some sooner than others. Even you, if you help me out with something. You just have to promise not to tell anyone.
It depends on what I hear.
I can't tell you anything until you swear to keep your silence, by Saint Procopius himself.
I promise.
Right. Just imagine you're a fresh novice, and some elder brother offers you friendship and asks you to do him a service. Nothing too big, just a cask of wine for their nighttime revelries.
A monk who steals wine so other monks can get drunk?
The Circator brothers are exemplary monks. A little nocturnal fun can't be a sin. Just tell me, how would you have acted? Would you rather have the Circators as friends or enemies?
I choose their friendship.
In which case, you understand my position. The brother Circators need another cask. They finished the first one already. Can you help me get it? There's no better way to get them on your side.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to get involved.
I thought you said you preferred to have friends than enemies. There's no better way to make friends of Circators than...
I can't sell my conscience in exchange for their friendship. You should do some soul searching.
He'll change a tune once they go after you for putting a foot wrong. And then you'll
ได้ครับ เอ้าอีกแล้วมากินข้าวเที่ยงกันเร็วจังกูจะคุยกับไอเดีย
By his deeds even more than by his words, expounding the Lord's commandments in words to the intelligent among his disciples, but demonstrating the divine precepts by his actions for those of harder hearts and ruder minds. The abbot should always remember what he is and what he is called, and should know that to whom more is committed, from him more is required. Let him make no distinction of persons in the monastery. Let him not love... those of good understanding. Let him correct with verbal admonition the first and second time. But bold, hard, proud, and disobedient characters he should curb at the very beginning of the hill by stripes and other bodily punishments. Knowing that it is written, the fool is not corrected with words. And again, beat your son with the rod, and you will deliver his soul from death.
Gloria in excelsis Deo, et in terra pax hominibus bonet voluntatis.
My joints started aching just before they raised scallops, and now they hurt again, but worse than last time.
I tell you, something is going to happen out there.
It might be wrong. And besides,
Peace be with you.
You're right, Lord. Life is short.
Praise be to Christ.
I've discovered
I see.
Brother Yodok has been stealing wine for the cicadas so they can drink.
Yodok? Well, that little rat's shown his...
I don't know, unfortunately.
No matter. You've brought me important...
That's all I know.
If you find out anything else, come to me. Can't you see where...
เงินไปไหนวะ
pleasing to men only if what is commanded is done
God be
without
with you.
hesitation. Delay, lukewarmness, grumbling, injunction. For the obedience given to superiors is given to God. For if the disciple obeys with an ill will and murmurs, not necessarily with his lips, but simply in his heart,
โลนไปเลย ไม่มีแม่งไม่อยู่มีแม่งอยู่ตรงไหนโน่
What would you like?
กูว่ามาทำยาอีกแล้ว
What would you like?
I'm here to...
Excellent. Concoct. Once you finish them, you'll find me some.
เนี่ย สมบัตินี่ จอห์นวอตด้วยเซนจอห์นวอตคอมฟี่โอ้ย
Praise be to our Gregor. Talk.
I finished my.
Show me what.
Gloria in excelsis Deo, et in terra pax hominibus bonet voluntatis.
โอ้ยเสียเวลา
What do you desire?
I'm here to work.
Excellent.
Oh, this is quite inexcusable, boy.
อ่ะกูจะยืนรอมึงระหว่างรอเราก็ไปทำอย่างอื่นโอเคเล่นเว็บได้
I'm a new brother, a novice, Gregor. I don't know my way around here yet. You're in charge of the whole monastery, aren't you?
Welcome amongst us. Yes, yes. The Lord wanted me to take over the abbot's duties in his absence, but mainly I'm a servant of God, just like you and all the other brethren. Before God, there's no difference between us. How'd you like it here?
Not terribly much. I was expecting something different.
What could you have been expecting? But you'll get used to it here soon. Until then, you'll have to grit your teeth and do what's expected of you.
I've heard you keep records of all the novices.
Yes, I do. Personal records detailing their past lives which are none of your business. Just as it's no one else's business that you deflowered your liege lord's daughter. What would you like?
I need to tell you something, but you won't be too happy.
Tell me, son. What's bothering you?
It's about some of the brothers. At night, when everyone else is asleep, they go to the monastery cellars to drink wine and play dice.
Are you certain? I had my suspicions, but if it's true, such offences call for stern punishment, but not without proof.
Would you like me to find some?
That won't be necessary. I'll question them myself. I can tell when someone's lying to me. Tell me, Gregor, which brothers are we talking about?
The Cicators, Stibor and John.
The Circators? That can't be true. For the love of heaven, John's declared himself a candidate for abbot.
If you go to the cellars at night, you'll see them yourself.
I'll look into it. I most certainly won't tolerate drinking or dice games in the monastery. And if Abbot Peter were here, he'd break his crozier over their backs. Thank you for letting me know, brother. It appears you're an honest and faithful Christian and a true follower of Saint Benedict. The Lord be with you.
You're welcome, Brother Prior.
But as for... I said, I will guard my ways, that I may not sin with my tongue. I have set a guard to my mouth. I was mute and was humble, and kept silence. Here the prophet shows that in the spirit of silence
I've reported the Cicators to the Prior. Their little nighttime festivities will soon end.
That's unbelievable. Thank you for your courage, brother. Now they're sure to leave us in peace. They won't want any more trouble with the Prior than they already have. Because now I know I can trust you, there's something I want to tell you. It's about Brother Antonius. I wouldn't like to say something that isn't true. God forbid I should cause harm by my words, but This is something I'm sure of. Novice Antonius is lying to us.
What makes you say that?
He claims he's a merchant's son from Vlashim and that he joined the order voluntarily. The thing is, I spent a great deal of time in Vlashim. I know it like the back of my hand. And no one even remotely like Antonius has ever lived there.
Are you sure? Because this could mean that...
It's true, or Canute isn't my name. That would be my secular name, by the way, but that's not important. I know Vlashim, and I know the local merchants there, and I've never seen Antonius among them. Why would he be lying if he had nothing to hide?
Thank you for telling me. I'll look into it.
Let's hope things will settle down a bit around here now.
You mean after the Talmberg attack on the brigand's secret camp, Talmud?
Have you heard the news? They say Sir Cater John spends his nights drinking wine. And he's keen to become the abbot.
Praise be to Christ.
I'd like to ask, who would you like to...
I've thought long and hard about it, and I've decided to support John.
Who would you like?
John. There's no other...
Who would you like?
John, definitely.
Who would you like?
John, definitely.
And he wants to be abbot on top of it.
Abbot Peter's health has deteriorated.
What troubles you?
I've heard you're from Vlashim.
Yes, why do you ask? And more importantly, where did you hear it? Since I'm quite sure I've never told you. Honestly, the monks like to gossip more than old wives at the market.
Because I've heard otherwise. You aren't from Vlashim. You made it all up.
And who told you that? Whoever it was, he's a liar. It's complete nonsense.
In the night, I saw the...
And why aren't you spending your nights sleeping? And
I only want...
I know, brother, I know.
You're right.
A wise decision. Life in a monastery is much like life...
Really?
They became monks, Gregor, but that didn't stop them being men. Beyond your lies, jealousy, vengeance...
Thanks for the advice.
That's up to you. Ah, Gregor.
I need to make a confession.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably nothing to worry about.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the Neuhof stud.
You don't say. And who are you to take such an interest?
I've had enough of it. Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
That's not important.
Why are you telling me this anyway? What do you want from me?
Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief? If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident. All the other brethren have been here much longer than that.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still, I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it. And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lucas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. It wouldn't surprise me if he was behind that massacre. Actually, the more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof sends chills up my spine.
I don't think it was him. But please, don't tell a soul what we've been talking about.
Don't fret, my friend. Your secrets are locked inside my lips.
I know you're pious. The man I've been looking for.
So you're finally sure? Tell me, Gregor, or Carl, or whatever your true name is. What do you want to do now?
I should kill you.
And why would you want to do that? Because that's what they told you to do. I was a bandit, and I was at Neuhof. I've robbed and stolen, but I swear to God I've never in my life slain innocent people. What I saw at Neuhof made me realize my life was worth shit, but I still had a chance to change for the better. Here in the monastery I've had plenty of time to think things over, but then you showed up and fucked it all up.
So the evildoer changes his ways and finds God. What exactly are you proposing?
Both of us can leave this place. You can go back to your people, and I can go somewhere where I can live out my life in peace, and no one will try to kill me. If we work together, we can both get what we want.
You're right. But the people who sent me will find out if I don't kill you.
They won't if we're clever about it. No one has to die. Before we make a run for it, we'll make it look like someone's killed me. Loads of blood, a tattered scrap of my habit, and footprints leading towards the river. No one will bother looking for my body there. There we'll split up. You go for your bounty, and I'll get as far away from here as I can.
Good. Let's do it your way.
Good. I'm glad that despite our initial discord, we could reach an agreement. Here, take something to calm your stomach. Now we'll need the keys to the monastery and some blood to make the tracks.
Can you believe it about Brother John? Sneaking off to drink wine while he plays the safe to our faces.
What are you going to do?
He wants to be abbot on...
I need to get ready for a long journey. Prepare supplies, get some normal clothing somehow. That sort of thing. You can escape in that habit, but I need to vanish as fast as I can.
What do I need the keys to the monastery for?
How else will we get out? This place is practically a prison.
Getting the keys won't be easy.
I know, but Brother Salarius is a reformed thief. I'll bet he still has a few lockpicks lying about. If you know how to use them, they'll be worth finding. Or there's the hard way. Steal the keys from the prior. He carries them with him at all times.
They both sound hard to me. But needs must. And where am I supposed to get my hands on blood in a monastery?
You'll find a parchment in the kitchen with a list of ingredients on it. All the things they're ordering. Add blood for making soup to the list. And when it's delivered the next day, take it before anyone notices it's even come.
All right, that's everything I need to know. I can get started.
Excellent. Come and see me once you have everything. And try to be as fast as you can. And Gregor, thank you.
That would sound more sincere if you hadn't just tried to kill me.
That's why I'm thanking you. For being so reasonable despite what I did. For what it's worth, I'm glad the poison didn't kill you. And we can both come through this alive if we work together.
Gloria in excelsis Deo.
โอเคเอาแค่นี้ก่อน